beloveds. I don't know if you can see the sunbeam, but I can see the sunbeam, and it's really cool. It's 41 degrees out there, or it was. I don't enjoy the time change because I don't like getting up in the dark, but it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to get, if not in the 70s, close to the 70s. So, hey, for Monday morning, it is gorgeous out there. So, I enjoy Mondays, though. Like, there's not a day of the week that I dislike. So, yay, Mondays. I get to work with two of my coworkers that I really enjoy, and one of them only works on Mondays. So, there's a lot of things about Mondays that I like. All right, we are doing the Voice Celestial. Let me see if I can get the book upright. Although for you, it's backwards, so I don't know why I'm bothering. But we are doing the Voice Celestial. So let's do the housekeeping really quick. And all the housekeeping means is that I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, you get one email a week unless something unusual happens. Let you know what's going on for the week and the month. And nobody will get your email, and the hot links are hot. So that is email, info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. All right. And then the social medias. We do not monetize the social medias. So what we ask you to do is to, go like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. My brain just kind of at the moment. So if you will go do that, then that bumps us in the algorithms because we think we have good tools to share. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, depending on the social media platform that you are on. And I'm the running Ryan on all of the platforms that I am on. And I am not on all of them. I refused Twitter, wanted nothing to do with that. Don't have a TikTok. I do have a Threads. I don't have the app, but Instagram was like, hey, you want a Threads? And I was like, sure. So here we are. And I've toyed with the idea of Blue Sky, but haven't done that yet. So there we are. Okay. Now, so we're 7 chapters in, and we're about a third of the way into the book. So I have a sneaky suspicion the chapters are about to get really long, which is why chapter 7 is part 1 and part 2. So we are starting part 2. We started part 2 yesterday. So we are moving further into part 2, and we are picking up with the Farer. I don't know if I need that light or not. Yeah, okay. So, the Farer. You lift my soul to hope again. What else have you to give? What is the other flaw? The presence. There is still the redemptive act of truth itself, a miracle of revelation, by which the light shines on the soul with such clear rays that darkness disappears, and to such soul there is no reservoir of hell. The scribe. The Farer mused upon these words, and in his heart the warm, sweet glow of hope and love was richly stirred through, as though he were possessed for one brief moment by the soul of faith. But then he cried, the Farer, no light so shines on me. Still does an empty void repeat my cry. My eyes have never pierced the screen. The presence. The eyes of seers and avatars have pierced the mist of unreality, and they become your eyes until you see and know the truth. Take heart in this. The world we see is not the real. Man feels this true, although today he sees by others' eyes. Thus, he is served by revelation and is assured the real exists. Yea, more he comes to understand that what he is conditions what he sees. That faulty seeing and acceptance of Akashic negatives creates the cloud that hides reality. The poet sees, the singer feels, the lover knows, the seer reveals directly from the light of lights, which suddenly breaks through the darkness thick, and the eternal is realized by you. No more you isolate yourself in time or space. No more you prattle me or we, for thou art that. Thou art eternity. The Farer. I do not understand. I see, but do not see. I hear, but do not hear. For even with the truth in view that I would make myself a bowl to hold the treasured wisdom, both the new and old, that very moment is my vessel shattered, and all of wisdom's brilliant gems are scattered. Why did the all-creative mind conceal the power to know the real from the unreal? By what chance, what strange mirage of sight should desert waste transform the very light to spires and domes and mosques and minarets and pools and gardens flanked by parapets? Like Mecca's wells, whose water murmuring praise Allah and the Prophet as they sing. And yet, as a farer hastened towards the gate, they disappear. He always comes too late. What are these phantom forms that come and go? The sea appears as mist, and the mist appears as snow. Is life itself illusion? Is the mind the falsely seeing eyesight of the blind? Do not, I pray, resort to sophistry. The Presence. You could not ask what you have posed to me without a mind to frame the questions asked, nor could the great enigma be unmasked, save that, behind the conscious mind, the soul contains in embryo the fullness of the whole. For cosmic consciousness is everywhere, and so in you. Awake and find it there. Untouched, supreme, unvexed. The great alone, beyond the reach of doubts, sits on his throne, awaiting man's awakening from sleep, and gently rocks the cradle of the deep. There is beyond the range of human thought a benediction for the soul upcaught by love divine that man cannot destroy, destined to life and to eternal joy. The sons of earth shall find at last the goal and enter peace in oneness with the whole. The Farer. A dream most beautiful, but still a dream, of some dim goal, part of a cosmic scheme, so far removed from this life's daily breath, it is to me beyond the doors of death. The Presence. Eternity is now. It is the habitat of him who replies, thou art that. The past is shadow cast across the way that leads through now to the eternal day. A lengthened shadow stretched around the spheres, which will fulfill by sequency of years the pattern of creation's need for action, an outlet to provide the satisfaction of livingness, to thought with act relate, and so to be is to create. All else of life itself would be ungrowing, all unfilled, unknown, and all unknowing. The Scribe. Caught in a sea of dark bewilderment, the tempest-tossed by raging waves of doubt, the Farer lost his bearings so that he could neither make his headway nor retreat, lest some terrific force of nature should submerge him in a sea of nothingness. The Presence brushed aside his sympathy and opened up the treasures of his thought. The Presence. Invisible behind its cloak of clay, eternally alert, but silently, the power that guards man's evolution waits. Unmoved and motionless within its depths, as waters of the sea, but it is still the substance of the waves, the tides, the ebb, and flow of finite forms of life. Within all things, and yet containing all within, it permeates the whole, and frictionless within itself, it offers violence to none. Though like a rock-girt shore appears to cast a raging wave back to the angry sea, yet moveth not, for motion is in truth but concept of the finite mind. Without a form, it giveth form to all. Devoid of time, it is the source of time. Its center everywhere is found, and yet it is without circumference. Individual, but universal. Universal, but individual. It present in its totality at every point with its infinity. Within the atom hid, but not confined. Behind the atom is a form too small to bear a name. It still exists. Remains the perfect and undivided whole. And he who would infinity conceive needs first to know its infinitesimals. The Farer. Your words inspire an agony that lacerates my soul. I feel their truth, but cannot understand. In the soul-sick world, with comfort such as you have given me, alas, I cannot change this wealth of gold into the coin of speech. The Presence. Do not despair. The journey of the soul is flight of the alone to the alone, and each absorbs into himself such truth and such alone as he is ready to receive, no more, no less. Your words are jewels to the hungry mind, but chaff and dust when cast before the blind. Truth is abstract, and man cannot receive, save in a mind conditioned to believe. It comes by revelation from the few, or wakes within as it awoke in you. Yet I would make your measure overflow with wealth of truth beyond your power to know. The fullness of it now you will expand and grow the power at last to understand. The Farer. I welcome every challenge, for I fain would go beyond the boundaries of brain into the realm where truth outreaching ken is verified by mighty minds of men. The Presence. The world we say we see is known by means of our sensations of it, something that has happened in ourselves. We do not see a star, but only light from which we may infer a star. Sensations might give rise to true or faulty inferences. The real or the illusion rests upon the power to know, interpret, and to classify the so-called facts which incubate in sense. By logic, we can verify that time and space are properties of sensuous receptivity, graphs by means of which we picture an external world. To this extent, the world appears to each in shapes, and shades conditioned by his consciousness, which one acclaims the perfume of a rose, another claims that poison from it blows. What is for one a visitant of light is for the next a ghost that haunts by night. The world that seems so foul or exquisite becomes to you what you become to it. And we're stopping there. Simply because we've made two really powerful statements in this section. The world that seems so foul or exquisite becomes to you what you become to it. And then when we first started, where was that line? Take heart in this, the world. No, where is it? I don't know, but I'm going to find it because it was on that first page and it just really jumped out at me, and I was going to mark it and I didn't, and that's my mistake. I didn't mark it when I saw it. So I don't want to sit here and have y'all watch me read back through it. So the world becomes to you what you become to it. That's why Emma says, look for the good and praise it. You know, and Reverend Jesse was talking about that yesterday. It's like, you know, if you want to become a better person, surround yourself by better people, or surround yourself by people that want to become better. And maybe what they're waiting for is for you to see it in them, and then they can see it in themselves. And maybe what you're waiting for is somebody to see it in you, and then you can see it in yourself. I mean, the process would go a whole lot faster if you're willing to see it in yourself and then show it to other people. But, you know, we all got to do what we got to do. So that's why he was talking about mindfulness. You know, be aware, be awake, be awake. You know, Sophia's constantly going around trying to wake us up, and the demiurge is constantly going around trying to put us back to sleep. We're a whole lot easier to manage when we are asleep. So, all right, there we are. So now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Let's get this week started off right day. Enjoy the sunshine day. A bundle up a little bit day. Or dress in layers is what I should say, because that's where we are. It's winter in the morning and spring in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, and summer in the late afternoon. Drink plenty of water. Cuddle your fur babies day. You got this day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time. The lawn care is getting on my nerves. At your own pace, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. Take care of you. Oh, Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around, 9:15 tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.